What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday. A little bit of a break over the weekend. Started working on my taxes, which is one of the worst things that I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. So good luck with that. I can't imagine trying to kind of consolidate all of the transactions that I've had over 2021 on my own and trying to make sure that, I was doing my due diligence, et cetera, et cetera. So I certainly have hired an accountant to help me out with this. Doesn't mean that I don't have to compile my own stuff. It's just crazy. I mean, there's so much. I mean, this will be a work in process probably for the next week or two. We have gigantic news coming out today. Not even just today. I mean, the past couple of days. But, when you're, I don't know, like, it's, when I see, like, the twice a day YouTube videos from people, I'm just like, holy crap, like, there's no way that you're putting out information that is that great if you're doing videos twice a day. I get exhausted. I think last week I did 5 videos or so. I get exhausted even just doing that because there's so much to talk about, but also it's overwhelming trying to find this stuff. But the news today is gigantic, and, we always talk about XRP kind of being the elephant in the room. And I think today we even have a little bit more clarity as far as just how things are going to look like in the future as far as interoperability is concerned. And we've got David Schwartz putting this out today, which is bridges are greater than walls. Now, this is multichain. Thrilled to announce that multichain has integrated the XRP ledger. The integration opens the door for cross-chain interoperability between XRPL and other blockchains. This is gigantic in my opinion. Many of you that have watched my videos for a couple of years now hopefully understand that I try to take as agnostic a point of view about where I consider the Internet of Value going as I possibly can. I think interoperability is key. I think there's going to be multiple winners, but I think aiding into like Ethereum virtual machine aspects and tying these things into the XRPL and having different asset flows into the XRPL is gigantic for the XRP ledger ecosystem. And obviously there's kind of the reciprocation as far as that value is concerned within XRP itself as well. So this is one of the bigger announcements that I've seen recently. I would certainly recommend that you guys take a read through this article. I will link this for you guys, but just to kind of do a brief summary of it, through the integration with XRP Ledger, multi-chain will support cross-chain transfers of XRP. The XRP Ledger's native digital asset with Ripple's technical assistance. Moreover, assets like Ethereum, Matic, or previously Polygon, Avalanche, Phantom, Tether, USDC through Circle, Frax, and other assets will flow straight to the XRP ledger as well. Absolutely huge. I think within this as well, it talks about Ethereum virtual machine, or maybe it was through their actual website article. But having more value flows across the board flowing through the XRPL is certainly interesting. Now, this isn't financial advice whatsoever, but we do know that multi-chain, they have their own digital asset. It's under the ticker Multi. Right now, about $181 million market cap. And you should certainly look through multichain.org's website as well. They have a ton of integrations as far as chains are concerned. So scaling solutions for Ethereum like Arbitrum, Avalanche, BNB Chain, Bitcoin, Cello, Clover. Let me see any other ones that stick out to me. Phantom, Ethereum, obviously Fuse, which I've looked at before. Gnosis, Harmony, I've done deep dives on. IoTex, KuCoin's native asset, okay. Moonbeam, which is huge. Moonriver, which I believe is going to be huge in the future. Oasis, Polygon, Shidensis, Scicoin, Telos, Terra, which we all know is big. Velos, which I have looked into certainly previously. And that is just the supported chains. They have a ton of supported tokens, obviously, within those chains. So I think this is absolutely enormous news. I hope you guys do as well, and I'll certainly share some links with you guys. Wanted to give you guys a heads up. Myself and Kevin Cage will be doing an AMA and more of a VIP discussion within Liquid Marketplace, so shared ownership of high-value collectibles, certainly flowing through Liquid Marketplace. Their launch announcements will be coming very, very, very soon. I put out a post yesterday saying that you don't want to miss being a part of the VIP aspects within that. And I'll say that again, you don't want to miss being a part of being, within the VIP aspects of that. I think the Discord Ask Me Anything is at 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, so feel free to join that. The link is on my Twitter. I will share that as well. And now this is a couple of days ago. We see Ripple's technology to be utilized by Canada's Canadian top bank for cross-border payments, and there were some of the details in there. Now this is talking about NAB, and this is talking about CIBC. So excited to be working with CIBC and have already partnered with them in using Ripple's blockchain technology to complete international payment transfers between our banks as a proof of concept. So certainly future-proofing aspects within there, but knowing that the integration exists, to give you a little bit of scope, NAB has 8 million customers, 32,000 colleagues, and 900 locations throughout Australia, New Zealand, and around the world. This is not the only news today that we're going to be talking about within Australia and New Zealand. Certainly some Hashgraph stuff in here as well. And to give you a heads up for scope for CIBC, 44,000 employees, 10 million clients. Not small potatoes whatsoever. Moving forward here, I saw this a couple of days ago, and I have to give a shout out to Matthew Liny because I'm pretty sure that he was the one that talked or maybe found the article about the Arab Monetary Fund Group listing Ripple as a direct alternative to SWIFT. And we see a couple of days ago here that Finastra and the Union of Arab Banks will join forces to accelerate digital banking. Now, within this, I'm pretty sure I saw things about CBDCs. Yeah. Okay, the base neutral solution will be API compatible, allowing banks to use the features they need and create additional integration layers for localization, customization, and regional compliance. It will include additional features, such as open banking readiness and central bank digital currency verification, CBDC verification. The digital bank model will also be designed to enable the achievement of several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which are SDGs, which are the green economy initiatives, et cetera, et cetera. We do know that Finastra obviously is XRP enabled through on-demand liquidity and the relationships that exist there back from 2020. And Finastra is, the convergence of D plus H plus Missus, those two companies, and D plus H has been RippleNet since 2015 or 2016 timeframe. So I think it's just gigantic. All right, moving forward within kind of the Australia, New Zealand area. So this is ANZ. ANZ reveals cryptocurrency and DeFi plans. The Big Four bank has already minted tokens on the Hedera Hashgraph testnet. Now, I went ahead and took the liberty and looked and saw if there were any connections between FPOS and ANZ, and obviously there are, because FPOS is essentially the debit card system within Australia and New Zealand. What's interesting to me is if you go back in time here, there's a lot of FUD going on right now about Hedera Hashgraph. Maybe some of it might be slightly warranted. Some of it is probably complete nonsense. But I think that we have to step back and look at the forest and not just the individual tree sometimes, and think about the sustainability of these networks with future-proofing and with kind of the governing board initiatives that we've seen going on right now. ANZ is big, obviously huge. FPOS is gigantic. It's the entire debit card system within Australia and New Zealand. And, why I believe in networks that are dealing, or at least attempting to deal in future utility. I think when I had an interview with Christian Hasker a couple of years ago, who was the chief marketing officer of Hedera Hashgraph, it was alluded to the fact that FPOS was going through a proof of concept. I believe it was just Australia's FPOS system, not New Zealand, with Hedera Hashgraph. Well, what did we see right after that? I mean, FPOS joined the Hedera Hashgraph Governing Council. So, to state that the proof of concept was a success is probably a little bit of an understatement. I think that region is certainly a region that we've seen Hedera Hashgraph initiatives flourish, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more flourishing events coming in the future, given the ANZ news as well. Moving forward, kind of a round robin here of some of the news that's come out recently. Goldman Sachs announcing a milestone with the first over-the-counter trade with Galaxy Digital as far as digital assets are concerned. Talking about Hedera Hashgraph again, this is the Seeki platform. Their beta sign up is live, and they've got a $1.5 million giveaway that's going to be going on. That you don't even have to be a creator. You can just be a curator or a listener and potentially win $500,000. I believe this starts April 1st and runs a year for artists and creators, or for artists and curators, and the remaining $500,000 will be split amongst runner-ups. So that's $1.5 million hard cash USD that is going to be allocated for participation for free within this initiative, and I think that's absolutely gigantic. The NFL will now let teams seek limited blockchain sponsorships, but cryptocurrency promotions remain banned. It's going to be really interesting to we've seen it in Europe to an extent with some of the football teams there. To start delving into like the Major League Baseball, National Football League, the NHL, all these different things. I mean, everybody's going to be promoting crypto. They're going to have sponsors. I know right now it's probably blockchain platforms, maybe exchanges, things like that. But come on, what are all these initiatives dealing in? The underlying assets or the digital assets that these platforms are operating within for their business models. So it's like it's just more pandering to the pandered. But this is the illusion of what's to come, and I'm saying illusion with an A, not an I. So moving forward here, and this is Jeremy Hogan. Tried to analyze this for you in a legal sense, and I don't even know. I have to retweet this. My mind is blown by the part below, and I couldn't think much else after. This dude, along with James Filan, along with John Deaton, have been stewards of the XRP community for, God, I don't even know. It's over a year now. And the work that they've done is astonishing to me because they are just nonstop diving into this. And what this is alluding to is the fact that the SEC's own director of the Division of Corporate Finance analyzed a substantially similar asset, and maybe even XRP itself, and concluded that they were not securities. So we will see where that goes. And then, as always, to leave you guys out with this, I'm constantly looking at the state of the market from a very simplistic standpoint. Given the fact that there's a lot of rhetoric out there saying that the times have changed, et cetera, et cetera. I believe that. Obviously, the times have changed. I mean, the times are consistently changing. The time today had changed from, all the stuff going on yesterday. But looking at price action, I'm just looking to see, and obviously we're starting to see a little bit of resistance from this cross, which is nice to me, but we do not want to see the 21 EMA cross below the 50 EMA on the weekly. Historically, that's about 90 days until we have a bottom. And you can see right now, it's not just a direct cross anymore. You're starting to see kind of a leveling out, which is nice. We want to see some price action, certainly above 46, 47K. But I agree with Blockchain Backer. Him and I were talking about this as well. I don't think that's enough. We need substantial confirmations of support within that level so that we can raise higher, so that we can avoid some sort of a fake out and then have a cross anyways. I want this market to continue just as much as anybody else does. I've showcased things like looking to Bitcoin.com and looking at the golden ratio multiplier and things like that as well. I mean, my gut feeling is that we might have a sense of capitulation that is short-lived, kind of like what we saw in 2020 with the beer cold crash across all markets. But I'm not going to advise anybody to take measures of just loading into fiat or USD or whatever they're loading into to prepare for one of those things. I think that you have to be diversified across the board for any situation, just as you're diversified across the board for assets that may succeed within the Internet of Value. Again, the multi-chain news, biggest news that I've seen in a while with XRPL integration, because I think interfacing assets into the XRPL is just going to showcase the utility of the XRPL and hopefully the native digital asset within the XRPL even more so. So have a good one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been a few days since I've done one. Busy with taxes, but I'm going to try to put them out as much as possible. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to like and subscribe, it certainly helps me. I'll talk to you guys. Bye.